So today we want to see for the part of business unit creation, what are the prerequisition setups we created yesterday? Legal location, legal entity, accounting calendar, ledgers, and assign the legal entity to ledgers. After that, we create a business unit. That's Apollo Hyderabad. Right. So once the business unit is created, right? So we can processing for the payments related. We can processing for the sales related. That's not enough to create a business unit and processing for the sales orders and procurement or purchasing process or inventory related. It's not enough. We need make a transaction before going to perform any transaction. We need some other setups in the application level. Some other setups in the application level. So that is what the next level of inventory setups. Right, inventory setups. So before going to create inventory setups, we need some prerequisition setups. Same, right? We have some prerequisition setups for creating of inventory. What are those prerequisition setups? All these things. Manage facility shifts, right? All these are the prerequisition setups. Okay, if anybody is asking for what are the prerequisition setups for the inventory organization, so what are the prerequisition setups? Can you tell me that? Facility shifts and workday patterns are not only for the prerequisition setups, even business unit setups also the prerequisition setups. Without business unit, how can you creating for the inventory organization? Okay, so if anybody is asking what are the prerequisition setups for creating of inventory organization, you need to tell about all these things. So we need a legal location, legal ledgers, legal entities, and accounting calendars and chart of accounts. After that, we create one business unit. Under that, we can create an inventory organization with some of the prerequisition setups called manage facility shifts, facility workday patterns, and facility schedules. Then we have an item organization. After that, we can create an inventory organization with a specific parameters. That's all. So you need to including business unit configurations also. Without business unit, we cannot create, right? So please follow for this. Okay. Now let's start with prerequisition setups for creation of inventory organization. What is inventory organization? See, Apollo Tyres are implemented this application for their business process, right? If Apollo Tyres are coming into their locations, where they want to store that, where they want to store some inventory organizations, right? We call it as a warehouses. Without warehouses, without inventory organization, where they can store that? They have a lakhs of material, different types of items, right? Tires is not only for a single size, right? There is a different size of bikes have a different tires and cars have a different tires and other trucks have a different tires. So where they are maintaining their stocks, where they're receiving the material from the suppliers. For that, we need a inventory organization. For that, we need a inventory organizations. Right. So we have a multiple inventory organizations under one business unit. See, in Hyderabad, one business unit is there. Under this, we have a Sanat Nagar, LB Nagar, one inventory organization, and the Kukatpalli, one inventory, High Tech City, one inventory organization. The people are who nearer to High Tech City, they are purchasing the tires from the High Tech City inventory organization. Right. So we have a multiple inventory organizations under one business unit. We can start with one by one configurations. Facility shifts. Facility shifts are nothing but workday timings. Workday timings. For example, I am running for Apollo Tyres inventory organization as an inventory manager. I have some time, right? From morning 9 to evening. What is the time? 5 o'clock. That is my inventory organization operations. How system know about that? What is the timing it is following? system knows based on these facility shifts, facility schedules. So we can see one by one facility shifts, facility workday patterns. What is this? All those things. Here you can create a shift timings. Here you can associate your shifting to workday patterns. That means Monday to Saturday. Okay, you are associated your shifts to workday patterns. This is the exceptions. If any holidays are there, this is the exceptions. Okay, that holidays will be associated to the facility schedules. Facility schedule is the combination of containing all the shifting workday patterns, schedules, and exceptions and schedules. So this is the final which is using to inventory organization level. Same way. First we created a legal location. That legal location is associated to the legal entity. After that, we can create an accounting calendar. This accounting calendar is associated to the primary ledgers. And this primary ledger and legal entity is associated here. After that, we can assigning the business unit to legal entity and ledgers. Same way, first we need to create a shifts. Then we can create a patterns, and the patterns are containing with the shift. See, in the application level, you can understanding very well about this. Let's go to the application. The people are, somebody is facing some issue on the login time. I don't know what is the issues. Yeah, I'll just log in. See, this is the login username we are sending to you on the WhatsApp group, right? So just paste over that login name, username, and so below itself we have a password. Just copy that password and paste over here. Then you can log in it. So once you log in, you create a user account. How to create user account? You already know about that, right? Okay. Now let's go to the. So for setup and setups related, where we are going to create, go to the setup and maintenance. So under setup and maintenance, so this is inventory related, right? Let's take a manufacturing and supply chain material management. That's for the inventory setups are existed over here. Click on that. Click on that. So what are the creations right now? Inventory organization. So inventory organization related structures and everything will be there from the facilities. Let's here you can see facilities. Okay, under facilities we have a shift, workday patterns and schedules. There is one more thing is missing, exception. If anything is missing, just click on here, click on all tasks. Exception is any holidays or anything is there. Now let's start one by one. Create, manage facility shifts. Here already people are created. Now I want to create my own facility shifts. Click on here, click on create time shift. What is the time shift? Apollo shift timings. We have only one shift. If only one shift, that's fine. If you have a multiple, how to create that also we can see it. Apollo shift time. So this is for Apollo morning shift. And start time. See, system is expected timing is hours, minutes, and AM or PM. Okay. What is this? 9:00 AM. What is the total duration? 8 hours. That's a labor working hours, right? So this duration is hours or days or minutes or weeks. Let's take a hours. And what is the category? Work from home or work from office? Let's take a option as a work from office. Shift details. It's a flexible, none or punch. Flexible, none or punch. Punch nothing but we have a punch missions in the entry of the organizations, right? As an employee, you can make a punch, fingerprint or eye related. That's a punch. None is nothing. You just enter the office. Okay. You register something. And flexible means you can enter anytime, but you need to mandatory for working on the office. Like software companies are calling to the offices. You can come over here and do your duties for 2 hours at least. You can go to home and do their duties. That's a flexible, right? Click on flexible. Once you click on the flexible, what is the timings? What is the timing, shift timings? Let's click on here. This is a core working hours. Okay, working hours. So you can see the lot of options. Flexible shift end time, flexible shift start meals time, flexible shift start time, right? So core working hours, let's take a core working hours. This is a types related, right? It is not a software company. Okay, the day one and start time. What is the start time? 9 a.m. Then duration is 8 hours. System is automatically calculating end time. Okay, system is calculating end time. And the duration of unit is hours. So you can see here minimum break time 45 minutes or 1 hour. So that is calculated. Okay, if you want to make it, you can make it. Otherwise, leave it, no problem. So nobody can add these break times and minute times. Okay. Now, Apollo shift timings are created successfully. Where is that? Yeah. Shift timings. Click on save and close. So now, this is, if any night shift is there, you can create one more night shift. That's optional. It's an optional night shift, right? So we created one shift. If you want to create a night shift, you can create a night shift also. What is the start time? Night shift. Okay, it is 5 p.m. 9 to 5 p.m. is a one shift, and 5 to some other 8 hours. You can take any time. Okay. Now, shifts are created. Let's go to the workday patterns. Workday patterns means what is the week? Is it for Monday to Saturday or it is Sunday to Saturday? What is the days for this? Okay, let's create a workday pattern. Click on this. This is Apollo workday pattern. So length of the days. Length in a days. How many days? Obviously, week is 7 days, right? If you go to USA, you go to UK, or you go to any other countries, week is the 7 days only. Okay, system is understanding for that. So 6 days is the working days. 6 days, right? Now let's, what is the start day? This is the, what is the end day? 6, right? I'll tell you how it is there. What is the shift name? Now you need to associate your shift. Under this workday pattern level, you need to associate. What is our shift? Apollo shift, right? Apollo. See, everything comes automatically. As for our shift association, the timing, see, 8 hours duration. Everything is, if night shift is also there, you can associate night shift. If night shift is there. Okay, if you created one is for morning shift, one is for night shift, then you need to associate here. Now, Apollo workday pattern is also created. Days, how many days in a week? Now, save and close. Now, workday pattern is also created. What is the next one? Exception. What is the upcoming festival? Anybody have any idea about the upcoming festival?
Vinayak Chaturthi.
Ganesh Chaturthi, yes.
Apollo exception. That's a holiday, right? So I want to declare it a holiday. So this is for Apollo exception holiday. Okay. Now, what is the start date? What is the start date? What is the Vinayak Chaturthi date? August. Let's take any date, 12 something, right? This is the exception start date. And what is the end date? What is the end date? Is this for how many days? Okay. let's take a 13, 2 days. Okay, 2 days. Now, category is holiday. What is the period type is? Period type is work period or off period? Off period. There is no any work on that. Now I created one festival. So this is for Apollo exception or else right, just some meaningful name. Our system is considered. Now click on save. Exception. Okay. In such a scenario, system is not operating any things. Apollo, this is the one exception. See how easy to create a setups, right? There is no difficulty on the application level. That is the reason why Oracle ERP application is very easy. It is a customer friendly applications. If any customizations or integrations or anything is required, it will be supported. It will be supported. Now, exception is created. What is the next? Last one is facility schedules. Under this, you need to associate everything. Okay. Already shifts are associated to workday patterns, right? Workday patterns. Now, you no need to associate under schedule level shifts. Already workday pattern level shift timings are there. 1 minute. Yeah. Now, let's create a facility schedules. Facility schedules. Click on here. Now, click on this. Create schedule. This is the ultimate which is associated to the organization. Now, this is Apollo workday schedule. Schedule nothing but the workday timings and everything. Now, category is work and effective start date. By system default, it is taking a start date, but end date, what is the application end date? That you can provide it. That you can provide it. We don't know, right? So let's take a okay. Quarterly type is not required. Okay, periods related. Already we have a accounting calendar level. We have a periods. And first day of the week. Now you need to select what is the first day of the week. Monday or Sunday or Sunday. Some countries Sunday is the first day of the week. Right. Some countries, our country, we have a Monday is the first day of the week. Okay. Let's select this. And now you need to associate your pattern. Workday pattern. Already we created one workday pattern, right? So what is our workday pattern? Here, workday pattern, Apollo workday pattern. Now you need to associate. Okay. So based on that, the timings and everything is comes over here. Already this workday pattern is associated to shifts, right? Now exceptions, holidays. Let's click on the schedule exceptions. Click on here. What is the exception name? Apollo Vinayaka. Yes, search it Apollo. This is the exception. This is the exception. On the holidays level, we cannot performing any transactions. System is not allowing that. Now, So this is my workday schedules. Now we have a last manage item organization. Item organization. See, in the inventory organization, ultimately we have items, right? Without items, why we need to take care about the inventory organization? We no need for that, right? So if items are existed, it must be a required for the item organization. In Oracle, item organization is nothing but a logical inventory organization. Logical organization where we can create items in the initially, then we can associate the items to inventory organization. We call it as a IMO or MIO or IMO, item master organization. Item master organization. All the items are initially created under item master organization. Then the items are associated to the inventory organization. Both organizations are there. Okay, you can see here, this is the item organization. After that, we can create inventory organization. Okay, if you want to create any item, okay, if you want to make any transaction for the specific items, it must be item organization is a must be required. I'll tell you why it is required. I'll tell you. Okay, now you just remember this as a item organization is nothing but the logical organization where the items are created initially. Then we can associate the items to inventory organization. Okay, let's create one item master organization. For all the Apollo related items are created under one master organization. One master organization. Now, schedules are created. Now, Apollo workday. Let's see where you can use this. So after this, you can see manage item organization. So this, you just ignore it for time being, not required. Okay, now you can go here, item, manage item organization. Click on this. Now click on create. So what is our organization? Apollo IMO. IMO nothing but item master organization. So this is IMO. So organization level, you need to write a caps. You need to write a caps. Then only system is taking that. Then if you want to associate your business unit, you can associate. This is not a mandatory field. This is not a mandatory one. Location also, a logical inventory organization in the application level. Location is not required. If you want to add, you can add the location. Master organization is nothing but simply if it is physically, there is a one warehouse throughout the India. So that warehouse will be supplying the material to all the inventory organization. Then we call it as a physically, that is the biggest warehouse where the material is distributed in the physically. If in system level, if it is in system level, if you want to define like that, then you can give the location. Then you can provide the location. Otherwise, location is not required. Okay, don't want for that. If needed, physically also it is there. Yes, in tires company it is there, right? Some distributions or something is there. Let's add for the location also. Add for location. I'm just giving a location name as we already created a location, right? Just search with Apollo. Okay. Apollo. This is a headquarter. And business unit also we have, right? If you want to add business unit, you can add it. Otherwise, leave it. Apollo, Hyderabad. Apollo, Hyderabad. This is the optionals, not a mandatory, right? So only Hyderabad BU is having IM and it is not a use case, right? All the business units have a IMO, yeah, item master organization. Okay, it is not a business, it is not a use cases. Don't add for any business units. Okay, just leave it, right? And legal entity. If you add a business unit, it is asking for legal entity also. Now the legal entity is not required. Just click on next. That's okay. Now you can see item master organization, IMO. Okay, just click on here. What is your created right now? You need to associate that. So here you can see definition organization. I'll tell you on the inventory organization level, what is definition organization. Now revision. This is a revision, nothing but if anything is comes under this item level. Okay, what is the first revision? Starting revision. The starting revision is something like 0 to 1, 2, 3 like that. Right. So if you want to maintain one first revision, second revision, you want to give it for the revision. Otherwise, system is defaulted for 0. Okay. Now, item master organization is created. Whenever I have items in my inventory organization, I followed this logical inventory organization and create a items. Let's save and close. Now, item organization is created. What is the next step? Create an inventory organization. So here you can see one more setup called manage inventory organization. Click on that. Okay. Click on here. Now we created a prerequisite as part of the prerequisition setups. We created a shift timings, patterns, exceptions, everything, right? All these three are added to workday schedules. Now we are using these workday schedules and item master organization for creation of inventory organization. Now the next step is manage inventory organization. So where is the setup? From manufacturing and supply chain material management, under the facilities, we have a manage inventory organization setup. Now click on here. Now, this is Apollo High-Tech Inventory Org. So I'm giving name as a Apollo High-Tech Inventory Organization. That means High-Tech City Inventory Organization. This is the name, right? So if you want to create Apollo / High-Tech Org. Okay, this is the code. Now you can see. So if you want to create organization, business unit is the mandatory required. If you want to create a business unit, what are the prerequisition setups? Yesterday we already know that, right? See, business unit is the mandatory. Now you need to associate your business unit. Without business unit, you cannot create an inventory organization. Why? Because the inventory organization is working under any one of the business unit, right? Okay, what is our business unit? Apollo Hyderabad. Under this Apollo Hyderabad, number of business unit, number of inventory organization, one is for High-Tech City, one is for KPHP, one is for LBN or anything. If you want to create, you can create any number of as for the business. Now, what is the location? I'll just taking one location from High-Tech City. If it is already there, that's fine. Otherwise, leave it. High-Tech. Or else take Hyderabad. Yeah, Hyderabad, some location is. See, this is the High-Tech City location. Somebody is already created. Okay. Now, you can see once I selected Apollo Hyderabad BU, ledger is automatically comes over here. How many legal entities? There is a one ledger for one BU and number of legal entities are there. Number of legal entities, that is also be optionals. Okay. Now click on, up to now we have only one. So profit center, nothing but calculating about the costing of the items, material related profits and everything, which is calculated for which business unit. If you want to add, you can add, otherwise leave it. Why it is not coming over here? So while associating the business unit, ledger and legal entity at the time of functionality, business unit functionality, there is a one checkbox called below legal entity. That we are not enabled. That is the reason we are not getting. Up to now, you can just leave it. Okay, not required right now. And the status is inventory is active. And here you can see internal or external. This is not a, just give it as a blank. Why internal means? This inventory is only for internal purpose. Internal organization transactions. Okay, if it is external, we can supply the material to outside of the organizations also. That is external. Up to now, leave it. By default, system is taking internal. There is no impact on this. Okay, just click on next. Now, whatever yesterday created, we are associated the location, we are associated ledger, we are associated for legal entity, and we are associated business unit in the initial level. Now you can see system is asking what is item master organization. Just now we created item master organization, Apollo IMO, right? Now you need to associate. Click on here. What is that? Apollo IMO. Once you click on the Apollo IMO, system is asking your Apollo High-Tech City inventory org is two types. Grouping behavior. One is for definition organization, one is for reference organization. What is definition organization? What is reference organization? Very clear-cut message I will give you. Definition organization is nothing but no dependent. My org is following my own decisions. My org is following my own rules and regulations. I never follow for anybody. For my salaries and everything, we can process ourselves. Then we call it as a definition organization. If it is a reference organization, we call it as a shared model. Shared model. That means I have a Bangalore inventory organization, or else in Hyderabad, I have a one more inventory organization. I'm always be following the rules and regulations and all the shipping methods, transport methods, everything I'm following their inventory organization. Then we call it as a reference. Reference nothing but somebody's, you are dependent on somebody's. Definition means you are not dependent. Your inventory is individual. Okay, that is called definition organization. Okay, if you select reference organization, now system is asking whom you are following, which inventory you are following. See, for example, if I click on reference organization, system is obviously asking what is your definition organization. Up to now, we have only for item master organization. That is the reason it is defaulted. If we have a multiple inventory organization, you can associate. So this in Oracle, we call it as a shared model. Shared model. I'm always be following my shared model. See, if you book your auto or car for yourself, that is a definition. If you book your car and waiting for some shared cab means somebody already booking. There is a front side, one person is there, back side, three persons are there. Right? So you are traveling for shared. That means you are following with a shared model. Okay, that is called reference. Okay, now if I click on the definition, system is not asking for what is definition. Why? Because I am only the person. Right. Now, see, Apollo Hyderabad high-tech inventory is a definition. Starting revision, by default it is coming. Now, you can see schedule. What is our schedule? Just now we created our schedule, right? Apollo workday schedule. Now you need to associate. Based on that, the working timings, you can see working time zones, right? Just click on here. Apollo workday schedule, associate them. Now you can see IMO is associated. Workday schedule is associated. This workday schedule have associated of all this timings, patterns, exceptions, right? Okay. Now the timings. If you want to give the timings, universal timing is there by default. If it is Indian time, you can give it for the Indian time. Okay, that's optional. Now, there is a lot of checkboxes are there. Lot of checkboxes to track the inventory organization related. Okay, this we will be explaining at the time of transactions. Now, you cannot understand it without any transactional histories. Okay, now I don't want to explaining what is all those checkboxes. So the next transaction level, how it is working, I'll show that. Okay, now additional usages. So if this organization, inventory organization is a manufacturing plant, you need to enable the checkbox. Or else if this organization performs the maintenance activities, that is means service related. If any tires are damaged, it is providing the services, then you can enable the checkbox. If this organization represent a contract manufacturer, contract manufacturing, say for example, Apollo Tires is giving a contract to another supplier for manufacturing the tires, then we call it as a contract manufacturer, right? You need to enable this. If you enable this, system is asking who is the supplier, what is the supplier site. Then if any integrated systems types on this, the Oracle inventory, okay, if any warehouse is integrated, warehouse management is integrated, then you need to select a warehouse management. Whatever the warehouse management operations are happening, automatically it is integrated to the inventory also. So that is the integration related methodology. And the code prefix Kanban related, some options are there. Okay, I think this is a new option. Previously, we don't have this. Okay, and movement request related, not required right now. So this is the general options. Let's go to the lot and serial numbers. This is the next level of discussion. On the transaction level, we have some controls called inventory controls, lot control, serial control. Okay, locator controls are there. In such a scenario, we can discuss about this. And item sourcing details. If any items are completed on this organization level, where I can get the material by supplier, you can see by supplier or organization. Okay, this is the picking related. If any sales order are coming, if any transfer order are coming, how the picking process will be processing. Now, we are not required any picking rules. Okay, just leave it. Next level, we have a picking rules topic is there. So additional information. This is just a capturing for additional information as for the DFF and EFF related functionality. Okay, up to now, no need to require all those things. Just click on save and close. Now Apollo High-Tech City inventory is created successfully. Apollo High-Tech City inventory organization is created successfully. Okay, this is the way how we can create inventory organization in application level. As for our topic, we are almost all completed. Now, so inventory organization, creating inventory organization is fine. I'm understanding the concept, very clear. In the inventory organization itself, we have multiple sub-inventories. What do you mean the sub-inventory? Sub-inventory is nothing but, see for example, some damaged products are there, where you can store in this within the inventory, damaged sub-inventory. Some stock is there, right, where you can maintain the stock, some sub-inventory. Some suppliers are supply the material, tires are supplied, where you can receiving sub-inventory, right? So there is a different types of sub-inventories in the showroom sub-inventory. Everyone is not coming into the store sub-inventory and they cannot picking, right? First, it is there in the showroom. They are selected the tires. Then stores will be supply the material to showroom, and showroom level, the delivery will be delivered. Right. For that, we need some sub-inventories. So where we can create sub-inventories? Main is sub-inventory and locator setup level. Okay. So let's complete this also. Sub-inventories. So inventory org is created. Under this, I have a different types of sub-inventory. One is for receiving sub-inventory. One is for once received, I'll store the material in store sub-inventory. So once stores level, the material is there, then I'm making my showroom level, showroom sub-inventory. And I have also, we call it as a service sub-inventory, service sub-inventory. 3, total 4 sub-inventory. Let's create sub-inventories also. How to create sub-inventory, I'll tell you. Okay, let's go to the global search. Click on search. Search with what is that? Main is sub-inventory. So this feature is not be there in the functionality level. That is the reason I'm searching on global level. What is our inventory organization? Apollo, right? Apollo High-Tech City Inventory. Select. So why I'm selecting inventory organization? You are created your sub-inventories under the inventory organization. Under the inventory organization. Right. So click on first. So what is the first sub-inventory? Receiving sub-inventory. Receiving sub-inventory. So I'm just giving as a receiving. Okay, description also receiving. So material status, if I am receiving any material, that is material is always be active. Okay, sub-inventory type is stores or receiving. Just click on receiving. Receiving. What is the location? What is the location? Maybe the location is, where is that? Hyderabad, right? Hyderabad. This is the location. Okay, this is the receiving location. Now, okay, one is for receiving location. I created one receiving location. Next, once you receive the material, you are shipping the material to stores, right? Then this is my stores. The material is active and the location is not required. Why? Because already in the inventory level, whatever the location, that location is my location. And all these options, it's a different options. I'll tell you on the inventory controls level. So whenever the stores level, any material is there, that is the asset sub-inventory. That is a asset sub-inventory. Depreciable sub-inventory is there. That is repairs related or damage related. That is a depreciable. Pair location means, okay, periodic related, if any material needs to be required periodically. Okay, so that's different task. We'll discuss on the planning level. Okay, now store sub-inventory is created. That's next showroom. Showroom sub-inventory. Showroom sub-inventory material is also asset, right? So it is a same. Okay. 4 sub-inventories are created. One more is repair or service related, right? Service. Even if it is in the service, that is also be a store. Okay. And asset sub-inventory only. Click on save and close. That's, see, all the sub-inventories are created. All the sub-inventories are created. Now, under Apollo High-Tech org level, I created 4 sub-inventories successfully. End-to-end inventory organization creation. Okay, so every task we are performed. So please follow the same steps whenever you are creating any inventory organization. Okay, so you need to follow like this. Is this a use case or not? Business use case. See, if any damaged products are there, obviously somewhere service related sub-inventory, right? Sub-inventory is there. Showroom is there. That's a shopping related. Okay, and stores is there. As for the project only, we are created all these sub-inventories. All these sub-inventories. Yeah. This is what end to end. Tomorrow we will see how to create items. Tomorrow we'll see one of the Apollo type. Where is the Apollo tire? Just take on Apollo tire. Apollo tires images. Okay, tomorrow we'll create one item like Apollo tire. Okay, for item creation, what are the prerequisition setups and everything we will see for tomorrow execution level. So today, this is what the end-to-end creation of sub-inventories and inventory organization by using prerequisitions setups. Any doubts on this?